welcome back to Jade Empire, and let's get some perspective on our current situation by talking to our new companion, Scacious Zoo. What do you got to say?
If your friend is in danger, we should not waste time talking.
Nothing? Alright, let's move on.
Your quarry has based himself in the north. There are paths right and left, but I doubt one is any safer than the other.
We'll be going down both paths, but let's go to the left first.
Well, what have we here? More outlaws? They're everywhere. Gao was right to order them killed, even if just to keep the camp clear while he secures his woman.
This ain't one of ours, soldier. You can't fool us. If Gao wants us out of the swamp, you'll have to fight us every step.
Leaping Tiger!
It looks like the soldiers have taken control from the bandits who normally rule here. I'm not sure it's an improvement.
Useless marsh! I'm sick of flushing out bandits just so we can chase down some farm girl. I'd rather burn these reeds from the air.
I don't think we've ever seen anything like that before.
Look! More
Not sure why that guy's audio got cut off like it did there. We are really wrecking face of that martial arts style.
What? Who? No, wait! I don't want any more trouble.
Before we kill him, let's get some information.
Yes, I can do that. Whatever you want. What? The mosquito. It flies and carries people through the air. I swear it's true. You've never seen that kind of thing out here on the borderlands, but Gao has inventors that can make all kinds of things. Don't ask me to fly it, though. Gao himself carries the crystal that powers it.
Yet another reason to beat up Gao the Lesser. Thanks, guy.
Who? The woman. She got loose from the sack and ran into the cave. Would have been safer out here with us.
That cave is home to both toad demons and ogres, and both are in a foul temper from fighting over the space. Running in there is like moving from the claws to the fangs.
We refused to go after her, so Gao went himself. I don't know. He just said it was very important that he get her tonight. He brought a few groups of us over for it. We didn't take her. We made Gao do that himself. I know we shouldn't have let him talk us into any of this, but he doubled our pay. It was just one woman. Compared to some things, well, all I'll say is that this wasn't the worst thing done by a Gao lately.
Unfortunately, we're not going to get any information on what other horrible things that Gao has done lately.
Look, that's all I can say. Just let me go. I won't be any more trouble for you. If I go back to Gao's father, I'll be killed as a failure.
A reasonable punishment. Gao has some things right.
By my grandfather, I won't get in your way again, I swear.
Zoo's got the right idea. He's a dead man either way, and he's just slowing me down.
No, I told you all I could.
Besides, he's too weak to survive a single hit from either me or Zoo. How could he have expected to survive the way back to Gao? So that's an incentive to keep your focus high, because a lot of these crates that you get to open will have traps. And especially later in the game, a good chunk of them will be trapped. So you want to keep your focus high.
Shouldn't killing outlaws yield some good silver? All I found is this troublesome creature, and she won't do a thing I say. Her last keeper trained her too well. If we can't get any work out of her, I want her cut and carved for tomorrow. If I have to be out here on Gao's little errand, at least I can be well fed. Look out! It must be more bandits! Get them!
I wasn't 100% fair to Magic Styles before this fight. They can set up a harmonic combo, and as you see here, it's still pretty effective.
Thank you for saving me. I was getting tired of catering to these fools. I thought I was saved when they killed the bandits that raided my husband's wagon, but these soldiers were no better. You have my gratitude. Flower of the field. Hing sent you here for his flower and did not even mention my name?
Oh dear, this will be unpleasant for someone.
I am Xinghua. These animals made me cook for them, clean up their filth. And Hing sent you for the flower. I will kill him.
Is anyone else disturbed at how excited Zhu was about that?
At this camp there is only me and Fen. Oh yes, I am not her, but she is here. Let me present her. Fen, come!
Fen, my flower! You are safe. I knew this great fighter would save you. I couldn't leave without you. The cart needs your strength to pull it.
I am safe as well, Hing. Or did you forget I was missing?
Oh, there you are, my dear. I'm glad you did not come to harm.
But you are more concerned about the ox, I see.
This isn't the last time a side quest will be based out of humor.
Gao? One of the soldiers said someone with that name is at a camp to the far north. Of course, he may have been speaking of someone more important. Perhaps the camp goat.
I prayed for your safe return, dear, but the cart will not move itself.
You will be lucky if I don't make you pull it while the ox rides. She is clearly important enough. Come, leave any of our stolen silver as reward for our savior. I value my own life at least that much. Someone has to.
Yes, dear.
Do I have to slaughter that thing for you to show me some attention?
No, dear.
Are you lying again?
No, dear.
Are you listening to me?
No, dear.
You know, that's not the funniest side quest I've ever seen, but I'll give it props for trying. We've now gone down both paths, so let's just go to this cave that everyone said Dawnstar ran into.
Collapse the way out! When I catch you, woman, you will be sorry.
It's always someone else's fault, isn't it, Gao? This is your mess. I didn't make you kidnap me.
Your friend is doing a good job of frustrating Gao into carelessness. That will work in your favor, but it also means we have to follow them by a different route. Be careful. That means fresh enemies for us. These caves harbor strange creatures.
Leaping tiger.
So here's our first fight with an ogre, and I just want you to take count of how long it takes me to beat an ogre. About 3 combos with the martial arts style? Ish.
Stop.
Okay, now look at how long it takes with a weapon.
Leaping tiger.
2 combos. Maybe if he hadn't been blocking. So, you know how Zeus said that this cave was filled with ogres? Yeah, no, those are the only ogres we're gonna see in the whole cave. On rare occasions, you'll see those icons floating around after opening a crate. That'll be a new gem for you. It usually won't be that high of a quality, but a gem's a gem, and you can still sell those.
I never had cause to enter these caves. Gao will have to pay for this inconvenience.
Here's our first fight with the Toad Demon. This guy is immune to magic styles, and that'll come in handy pretty shortly. You do not want to get hit by this guy, because he takes up a lot of health, and he poisons you. And for no apparent reason, we get to learn our first transformation style by beating him. I don't understand it either.
I swear, Dawnstar, my patience is running thin. No! No! Not you! Anyone but you! What are you doing here?
You see that, Gao? That's loyalty and responsibility. Can you even understand those words?
I understand more than you. I did you a favor, but you are too stupid to know a good thing when you're in its grasp.
Being kidnapped was a good thing? You have an odd view of what it takes to impress a woman.
Fools! You'd be dead if it wasn't for me. Everything you have is gone. My father has seen to that. It has already begun. You'll see. Death comes from above to ferret out your hidden master and his real name. Dawnstar was the only thing I wanted to save, and what thanks do I get? Nothing. So be it. I'll just kill you all and forget your pitiful little village ever existed. Then fight, and we'll see who's better outside your pretty school. Even if you win, you've lost elsewhere.
It's finally time to beat down Gao the Lesser. And what more satisfying way is there than to do it mano-a-mano?
Good. There's no Master Li to restrict how I fight. I'll kill you in time to see the red sky over your village.
Leaping tiger.
This fight is usually why you learn to love transformation styles, because Gao the Lesser is using the Dire Flame style, which, if you were using the Toad Demon form, you'd be immune to all of its attacks. The problem is, the fight with the Toad Demon itself took all of my chi. Luckily for me, I managed to lock him into this combo here, and I've never managed to actually do that before, so fight was easier than I expected.
Thank you for coming to my rescue. I'm not sure why Gao thought he would get away with this. He had to know that someone in the village would come for me, although I suspected it would be you. While I am grateful I have you as a friend, I've always respected your strength. I'm surprised Gao didn't have an interest in you instead of me. Not that I'd wish that on you. He was such a fool. And who is this? I must thank your new acquaintance for his help as well.
Sagacious Zoo. You don't owe me anything. I just helped your young friend through the swamp.
Sagacious Zoo. Well, I am grateful. I don't know what Gao meant by saying he was doing me a favor. How could dragging me here be beneficial? That's very cold of you, but I suppose he deserved what he got. It's sad, really. Master Li tried so hard to reach him. Gao just seemed to get more and more bitter. He didn't respond well to discipline. It's too bad. Don't be long. I don't want to stay here a moment longer than I have to.
I will be equipping this gem off-screen because it's pretty useful. So there's 3 chests here. The first one has a new technique. The second is a reminder why you want to keep your focus up when opening chests. And the third is the first third of the Viper style, which is arguably as good as the Iron Palm style, but easier to find. But you're still not likely to assemble it during your first playthrough of the game. Quick note, if you're having a hard time during the Gao the Lesser fight, you can break the stalactites or stalagmites to get orbs back. And with that, there's nothing else in the cave, so we're just gonna skip to getting out of the cave.
What happened to Gao's men? I thought they abandoned him, but it looks like you had to fight them all. I didn't realize you took that much of a risk getting to me. Thank you.
I guess so. I heard Gao ordering them to kill anyone who approached. It's too bad so many people had to suffer for this.
His mercenaries didn't seem too eager to follow me into the cave, though. It seemed like they were humoring him. Maybe they were his father's men. I don't... Wait. Do you hear something? There are so many. Where are they coming from?
You should be more concerned with where they are going. You may have won a victory over Gao the Lesser, but it looks like he put things in motion that have outlived him.
What? What do you mean?
These machines have weapons. They drop casks that explode on impact. There will be soldiers on the ground as well.
Was that what Gao meant? He said something about death coming from above for Master Li.
So Gao the Lesser's actions make a little more sense now. He wanted to save Dawnstar, A, for trophy wife, and B, so she wouldn't die in the impending attack that he sent upon the village. This doesn't stop him from being a dick, though.
It doesn't matter. We have to get back. The students, everyone will need our help.
Walk away, Dawnstar. You won't get there in time. Better to avert your eyes than see something you care about fall to ruin. Save yourself the pain.
This machine of Gao's, do you know how to make it work? Could you fly it?
I doubt there are 2 people in the Empire that know how they work. It's a baffling combination of magic and artifice. I've seen this kind of attack before. The tools used are different, but it's the same kind of destruction.
So you don't really know?
If you actually cared about the safety of this machine, you wouldn't be about to fly it into a swarm of enemies. What guarantee do you want? There is a handle attached to something like the reins of an ox yoke. You move it left and right, forward and back. It should swim through the air fairly smoothly.
I miss being able to intentionally give snarky remarks to my conversations in these Spyware games. You can do it in Mass Effect, but it's just not the same.
Will you come to help us, Zoo? You seem to have a good heart.
If you are intent on returning, I will accompany you. I've already done more than I wanted, but I could not avoid this forever.
You are an interesting person, Sagacious Zoo. Your eyes hold a great sadness that is oddly familiar to me, but I don't know why. Agreed. There are greater things to worry about. I hope we are not too late.
So now you're playing 1942. I bet you didn't see that one coming.
We have to hurry.
What's annoying is that until you upgrade your weapon, you don't have auto fire, so I'm clicking the mouse button every time I want to fire. It's pretty annoying.
Those large flyers can drop explosives. This is worse than I thought.
This is honestly kind of easy and not that great.
Town.
I know I'm supposed to be horrified by this, but all I can think about is, wow, this actually looks like how it did on the map. Seriously, I don't like these sections, and we're only going to see more of them.
No! This can't be!
It is what I expected. I'm sorry you had to see this.
I saw the smoke from the air, but I didn't think it would be so bad. Everyone is gone. I hope you are right. Master Li wouldn't let this happen, not without a fight. Guide Zoo to the heart of the school. We will meet there.
We've got a new level, but I'm going to be doing it off screen. So let's take a look around and see how bad things are. We're going to be looting a lot of dead bodies here. And I guess Old Ming really isn't going to have the back to polish that thing anymore.
The destruction is what I expected. Clearly, no one was meant to survive.
I hate this. There's no challenge in killing simple peasants.
They said no survivors, so there better be no survivors.
I know, but who is this for? Whoever's really giving the orders must be influential.
Do you want to ask Gal the Greater? No. So quit yapping and make sure there's no survivors. Looks like we have a few more peasants to put down.
Let's just make it quick.
Leaping tiger. Stop.
Well, they were right. It was quick. So, things look pretty bad. A lot of the places are locked off now, and... You know, I was really looking forward to seeing Fendo die, or seeing his burning body. Kinda disappointed.
I fear your school is burning as expected. This is what happens when home turns to battlefield. Let's hope the flames leave you more than just troubled memories.
I honestly feel kinda bad about looting everyone's corpse here. I feel like I should be getting closed fist points for doing it.
Keep going! There are others in the school! I'll look to the villagers and save as many as I can. Go!
If we didn't give Kia Min the actual poultice, she would have died there. And her saving the villagers is one of the reasons, but not the only reason I like to give her the real poultice. Unfortunately, this means we still get open palm points, which I don't really understand why I get them at this point. It's showing you the results of your actions and showing that yes, you really were that good of a person. I don't really know, but I just don't feel I should have gotten those points. If I wanted to do a closed fist run and save her, I should have had conversation options right there to say, you have grown stronger by fighting me, strong enough to survive this bandit attack. If you choose, you can use that strength to protect others from the chaos that has resulted from Gao's dickishness. Not having that option, or just the laziness of just handing you the open palm points here, just shows me that more and more that the execution just wasn't done right here.
I am healed.
That looks like it hurt.
What is this? We missed a couple of these pitiful students? This is like crushing ants. There's no end to you people.
You have no right to talk, vermin.
But that's what the rest of your fellows said too. Just before their heads hit the ground. Men! Gal the Greater wants this village cleared. Get the job done.
So now the game goes into a pretty long fight. You're not going to get any rest, and these aren't even all the guys who fight. These guys aren't smart enough to go into a combo while you're charging up your power attack right through their block, but there's enough of them that they can get to you from the side and catch you off guard.
Leaping tiger.
You'll notice that Zoo's looking pretty bad here. I should have honestly had him on support mode, which I will cover in the next part. One other thing I want to note is just how hard I am rocking it with this martial arts style that we picked at the start. It's really good for this point in the game, honestly, and I honestly think it might be better than the one I usually pick, which is Legendary Strike.
Leaping tiger.
So, no rest, you just go immediately into the next fight. At least Zoo comes back, and this is where I finally get to show off Toad Demon, and Toad Demon is a godsend in this fight. Even if I couldn't keep it up for very long, it took out swaths of health for a lot of these guys, and gave them poisoning as well, meaning they were pretty likely to just die. If you can muster it, you can knock guys into crates on either side of the arena, to do additional damage and maybe inflict the stats.
Stop!
There were so many. Everywhere. And fire from the skies.
Shh. We've chased off all of Gao's men. He'll be safe now.
No, they came later. First there were fighters in black. With fists you could hardly see. She told them where to attack and they turned like one mind. One purpose. Except for the one. He stood alone. His armor so black. Black like a hole in the earth. So deep you can't get out.
You'll be all right. Just be still.
I tried so hard. I'm sorry.
Wu said... He said there was no warning. Just calm skies and then fire from above. He organized the students, but they were overrun. Master Li was taken when it began. He went without a fight, giving them what they wanted. But afterwards, the students... they were killed anyway.
The Lotus Assassins. They leave no one alive to tell the tale. People fear the unknown. For Gao the Greater to have them as allies is troubling. The figure your friend spoke of is Death's Hand, the leader of the Lotus Assassins. This student was strong to live as long as he did.
At this point, I'm just quietly thankful that this guy does not have the same voice actor as Karth. So thankful.
A lieutenant, perhaps. Death's Hand leads all others. He would not appear unless this was important. He usually acts behind the scenes. I don't know why they were so intent on taking your Master Li, but they never attack without purpose. That's not possible. Sun Li, the glorious strategist, was the Emperor's brother and the head of the Imperial Army. Your Master Li cannot be him.
Why not?
Because he can't. Sun Li was declared a traitor to the Empire 20 years ago. The Emperor himself accused him of killing the third brother, Prince Qin. And besides, the glorious strategist would not have made such mistakes.
What mistakes?
Revealing himself, for one. For another, he would have known that giving himself up would not save your students.
Dawnstar is awfully accepting of all of this.
I stayed on the outskirts. I saw him at a distance a couple of times, but had no reason to look past the beard for a man 20 years dead. I had other interests. It doesn't matter. I know enough about the glorious strategist to say he would not have made these mistakes. And I know far too much about the Lotus Assassins. I was one.
It's a nice change of pace that a character in a BioWare game who is on the darker side of a philosophy system or morality system doesn't require you to drink puppy blood to gain their trust.
It doesn't matter.
But she is right to question me. I'm accustomed to such suspicion.
It doesn't matter. Whoever you are, whatever you were, you did not do this, and you do not have our master. We need to decide what to do. When we know where we are going, when we have a plan, then we can talk about who knows what.
I'm less concerned about Sagacious Zoo's assassin past than I am about Dawnstar's complete and utter acceptance of all of this.
I doubt I could change your resolve even if I wanted to. Perhaps I can at least try to point you in a productive direction. If you wish to pursue this, we should head to the heart of the Empire, the Imperial City. Gao the Greater was behind this attack, but I suspect there is someone else behind him. You will find your answers in the Imperial City.
You know a lot. We will have to talk about the source of that knowledge.
Make whatever judgment you wish. I assure you, I have already made worse.
Let's go. I don't want to be here. I want to go where I can actually make a difference.
That is a very common desire. The hardest to achieve, but very common. Come, let's see if we can get Gao the Lesser's contraption in the air again. It won't be stable enough to get to the Imperial City, but we might reach the trading village of Tian's Landing. All trade routes lead to the heart of the Empire. If we are lucky, we can find someone to give us passage. If we're lucky.
We can skip this next flyer section, but I'm not going to. You can get chi back, obviously, by shooting down your opponents, which helps in this situation, because at this point they're going to start throwing enough flyers at you that you could be in some danger. Still doesn't make it fun, though. If I didn't have the double shot, I'd have to just fly around those gaseous guys, but since I do have the double shot, I can just shoot through them. I will say this about these sections. They're at least short. They're maybe 2 or 3 minutes tops. And on that cliffhanger, I'll see you guys next time.